2004 Ford Focus in the size 2.3 GTS. This is a Chiron exhaust manifold integrated with a catalytic converter. The exhaust manifold gasket that came with a catalytic converter is incorrect. There's no openings for the secondary air. Okay? See if you get a P0411 code. Alright, it's that gasket. If you install it, it's the gasket that came with the exhaust manifold. Alright. The way how that it's a secondary air works, you got this rail here. You got two ports that coming out of the exhaust manifold. There's two square holes on the engine block. As that pump energized and pumps air, it hits that block. That square hole on the block, because the engine block is hot, and it shoot that air back into the exhaust manifold to help that catalytic converter on cold start heat up. Okay, and also you got an EGR that exhaust air too. Okay, so if you get a P0411 code and you bought one of these Chiron catalytic converter integrated with the exhaust manifold, you always want to check the gasket. The gasket looked the same, but it was designed incorrect. Alright? This is the gasket that came with the exhaust manifold from Chiron. Okay? This is a Felpro. It looked the same. Okay? But there's a problem. Whoever designed this gasket, there's no openings for the secondary air or the EGR valve. There's none. It's completely blocked. You look at that, you look in between the two metals and the gasket in the center, it's completely wrong. It's blocked. There's no openings for it. Okay? There's zero. Same thing other side. Zero. That gasket come all the way around. Alright? It's blocked. It should have a cutout in it so you can let that air out from the secondary air pump and your EGR. Well, that's where EGR exhaust air comes out. So, it looked the same as the Felpro. Look at the Felpro. You got the openings on the square holes to feed each exhaust pipe. Okay, you got one here, one here, one here, one here. And you look between the two metal and the gasket, there's openings to feed both pipes. Okay? There's openings to feed both pipes. Alright? And the EGR. Okay, EGR uses these exhaust holes. Okay? So you always want to check. You got a P0411 code and you buy a Chiron, do not use the gasket. You want to make sure it has the openings. It's completely blocked. See how that gasket come all the way around? There's no cutout. Alright? I think a lot of people in the past had a lot of problems with the Chiron exhaust manifold integrated with the catalytic converter, and it was confused. And a lot of the companies who used to sell it don't sell it no more. Okay? But it's the exhaust manifold gasket is the problem. You got secondary air, you always want to check. Make sure you got that cutout. That gasket is completely wrong. Okay, you look in between the two metal. There's no openings. So that's where your secondary air pumps hits the two square hole on the block back into the exhaust to help assist that catalytic converter and cold start. All right. And your EGR is blocked. Your EGR can't do nothing. But that's why it have this big hole here. That's for your EGR. Your EGR valve. This is the EGR valve right here. It's down here. Now, if you never replace the EGR valve on a Ford Focus, one of the bolts goes up slanted. All right. You might think you're going in crooked, but that's how they design it on the EGR valve. Easy way to do it, you gotta remove this battery out of the way. Alright, to exhaust them two bolts on it. Okay? That's the easiest way. Now I do regular maintenance on the EGR system. So I keep it clean. All that carbon buildup, I keep it clean. And I keep the head clean where the EGR valve goes through. Got a hole in the head. Alright, I keep that clean. And I keep the two square holes clean. Alright, that's where secondary air hits the block and it push that hot air to help assist that catalytic converter. Alright. So you want to go with the Pro. Alright. Like I said, this is secondary air rail. It feeds. Got two holes in it. Alright. And you also want to make sure them holes is free. They're not blocked. You can get that P0411 code. Alright. It's a simple system. It's not difficult. You got a pump. You got a smoke pump. You got an EGR solenoid, 12 DC volts. You got a diverter valve. You got your hose. Alright. You got two vacuum hose, one coming from the intake. Alright. The one coming from the intake, the vacuum hose always go to the bottom. The top always go to your diverter valve. Alright, that's your load. Because if you mix these holes up, what happens? You put the vacuum hose coming directly from the intake, all the air is going to bleed up on the relief here. Alright. But once the air stops feeding the pump, it's going to bleed out here. This is how the relief right here. Okay? That diverter valve is going to close back. It's like a diaphragm. Okay? Now this is your smoke pump really. You got a ZTS 2004 2.3. This is your smoke pump. Alright? I'm going to test the relay. Alright, I'm going to pull it out. I'm going to test the relay. This is a 5-pin. Alright. I got this tester set on 5-pin. Okay? So I'm going to look at the pins and see how they lay out. I'm going to put it in there and check it. I got it set for 5-pin. Alright. So this look like the correct one here. I'm going to put it in. I'm going to test the smoke pump relay. Alright. I'm going to hit the test button. It's blinking green. It's good. It's a good relay. It tested good. Alright. Now you can get this kit from Amazon. Alright. You can test all these relays in here. Alright. You can get this bypass kits like a jumper. You can jump each circuit out and make sure the components is working. Alright, this is a good kit. You get it from Amazon. At the part number right there. Comes with 6 different jump out relays. Alright. So I'm going to test the smoke pump motor to verify it's working. I'm going to use the 2-pin jumper. Come with a switch, you can turn it on and off. This is a good tool to have when you're testing the relay. And when you're jumping it out. Alright. So I'm gonna line it up. Alright, it's off. I'm gonna turn it on to check to see if the motor is working, the smoke pump motor. You hear it? It's working. Just turn it off. So this is a good tool to jump stuff out to verify it's functioning correctly. Alright? It's a good tool. You can check all these components. Put the jumper in. Alright. And check it. You can check the AC clutch. You can check everything that has a relay with these jumpers. It works good. Okay? Alright. Just putting this information out there for people who doesn't know. Alright, how to troubleshoot stuff easy way. Not hard. Easy. Alright. And you could use a meter to find any breaks in your wire. Alright? You can use a meter, find any breaks in your wire. And Harbor Freight have a tester. It's a good price, like $3. Alright, this tester right here. And then you hook one side to your negative. So one side to your negative. And you can test your fuse for any short in it, like any break in it. Alright. So that light lit up. So lit up. It's good. Alright. So lit up. This Harbor Freight. Check your fuse. Easy way. Without pulling them out. Alright? Some of them is not energized and some is. Stay constant energized. Okay? Harbor Freight. Like $3. Alright? But this is a good kit. You want to check your relays and jump them out to verify your components are working. You want to check your relay to make sure it's working. Good price on Amazon. Alright? Later.